Okay, wanted to make a quick video for the owners of an LX200 classic telescope. We want to make sure that we deliver the correct voltage, don't want to put too much in. I know that the power supplies that come with that particular scope is about 18 volts, and we know that this scope can run at about 12 volts or so, and it does pretty good. So this is what would plug in to the scope at the power supply. And what I did here was I bought some cheap junk on eBay from China, and this is a little cheap little lithium battery. It's got an input of, what was it say, 12.6 volts, and it has an output of about 10 volts or so. And what it does is it holds a little bit of a charge. It says 9,800 milliamp hours. I think it's more like 10 milliamp hours or whatever. But it holds just enough so I can do a hot swap. If here's a battery that I've connected to it, it's a little 7 amp SLA, and that runs it about 2, 3, 4 hours without running down. Or you could hook it up to a bigger car battery if you wanted. And the neat thing about this particular circuit right here that I've strapped to this battery is it's a buck boost converter. What it does is you got voltage coming in. I think you can go like 5 volts. I'm not sure what the lowest you can put in this thing, but you can go, I think, up to 20 volts, 24 volts or something. So not sure the input voltage on this, but you put pretty much any battery you want on there, and what it does is it converts it to whatever voltage you choose, from I don't know, from 5 volts to 30 volts, something like that. And so there's this little screw right here, adjust that. They don't make this anymore. I was going to make a little link for somebody that was interested in maybe buying this, but this isn't that great of a setup anyway. It's got a little screw. The screen is kind of cheesy. I think I only paid like $4 for this thing, and at the most maybe it puts out 2, 3 amps, whatever. We only need about 1 or 2 amps to power the scope at 18 volts. So that's how many watts is that? So 18 to 36 watts. So if you have any kind of battery that can put out, say, 36 watts at the most, your scope is cool. This can handle that. So most of the ones I saw on eBay were about $13, and they already had a screen on them. I saw some with a big knob. Probably wouldn't want to have a big knob that somebody could accidentally twist and all of a sudden dump 30 volts into your scope. That would be bad. So something that's got an output that is adjustable but hard to get to, that would be good. And here's another concern. This is just a cheap little circuit. It's regulated, and it's putting out 13.5 volts, which I think is a good voltage for the circuitry of that particular scope. But what if this goes crazy and all of a sudden dumps out 30 volts into the scope? Well, you can design a circuit. Just Google it, look it up. It's called a crowbar circuit. It's a protection circuit. It triggers a dead short if it sees a voltage go beyond a certain point. Like, say, set it for 18 volts. If it sees anything above 18 volts, it instantly shorts out that power supply, maybe even blow in a fuse or something like that. So crowbar circuits are pretty good protection devices. Some of them you can make them resettable, but I would just throw the whole circuitry away and start afresh if that happened. Okay, so somebody might be asking, why did I put 2 of these connectors on here? As you know, these are not like Anderson power poles where you got red and black and that's it. These are they're oriented a certain way. So like if you have say a battery charger that you use to keep your battery on your motorcycle or your four-wheeler or lawnmower or whatever charged up, it has a particular output here, and that's oriented a certain way. So the voltage comes out of here and it goes into your battery. Well, I would plug this into that to charge it, and then for the voltage to come out of the battery, it needs to be oriented a certain way. That way I can also plug this into that too, and power without a battery, or use this to charge the battery that's on here. So you can do that, or you can figure out some other connection thing that's pretty cool. Actually, I've got two ways to get power in. I've got this connection type, and I don't know what that's called. Some of you may know. And then, of course, I just got a regular coaxial type plug there. Originally, I was using that to charge this battery, but I can now plug anything in there. And here's the neat thing: I can unplug this one-handed. Hold on. All right. So I can unplug that and plug in another battery while the scope is still running. And this battery will keep up for about 15 minutes or so on its own. And so then I can plug in another battery. So it's a stupid little circuit, but it works. I would maybe add some more protection to it or whatever. But you can lay this on the ground along with your battery and plug this into the scope, or you can mount it onto your scope and run a battery from the ground on up or something like that. You can keep this in your case. I don't think it would be a bad idea to keep lithium batteries in your lens and accessory case, but I probably wouldn't put a big chunk of lead acid in with my expensive lenses and stuff. So that's just a thought here. Some of you asking about this button right here. This button just selects between the input. So this battery's putting out 11.7 volts, and push it again, and then I think it alternates. Yeah, you can see when it looks at the input. So you can look at the voltage of your battery going in to see when it's getting ready to die. It gives you an idea about how much is left, or you can just leave it on the output, which is what I'm interested in. And so that's it. If you want a link to that one I saw on eBay, the one without the big fat knob, I'll see if I can put that link into the in the comments section there of my post. So that's it. Maybe you've got some thoughts. If you post down below, that'd be cool. Thank you.